Hello and welcome to a snowy and sleety Hammersmith. Welcome to the Friday Afternoon Live. I'm Kevin Reid. Welcome to our latest broadcast where we talk about all things accountancy and finance, talk about what's going on in the profession really. I won't beat about the bush because we've got loads and loads to cover. We'll talk about BHS Austin Reed, administrations and retail. There's been some big moves in the profession in the last week or so. We'll do a little bit about Brexit, but not too much, because I'm sure you guys are all sick and tired of that. We'll also cover Accountex and the British Accountancy Awards. So let's start at the beginning. Obviously, we've seen BHS and Austin Reed entering into administration in the last week. We've had Duff & Phelps and Alex Partners appointed as administrators respectively of those two big old brands, institutions on the high street. And so, why has this come about? Well, the retail industry at the high street in particular has been struggling for many years, trying to battle against e-commerce retailers, and been lots of talk over the years about the tax treatment that online retailers receive. Obviously, with the likes of BHS and Austin Reed, very old brands, but tired brands, I think it could well be argued. So, was enough effort put into the marketing approach for those retailers? And obviously, we've talked about the market being incredibly competitive, margins being squeezed. In recent hours, we've also seen Polestar, the big printing business, entering into administration, and that obviously highlights the move away from print to online publishing. And the publishing industry, which I've been a part of for the past 15-16 years, has undergone its own struggles as well. So I can sympathise and understand where Polestar is and some of the issues that I guess BHS and Austin Reed have faced as well. Lots of questions around Philip Green's ownership of BHS and its subsequent sale, and basically the management of the pension deficit that the pension scheme attached to BHS finds itself in. Should that have been dealt with, mitigated against earlier? And obviously, they're going to be coming up in front of a government committee in the coming weeks on that issue. Talking about government committees, Ian Powell, who's PwC chairman and faced a few committees himself post-financial crisis, is stepping down as PwC chairman and is to be replaced by Kevin Ellis. And that is kind of one of a number of big career moves we've seen in the last few days or so. Ian Powell obviously is going to end his 39 career with PwC, which saw him take the top role for the past 8 years. So we wish Kevin Ellis all the best. And obviously Ian Powell, I think, was quite well admired, quite charismatic northerner, so a good lad overall. And we wish Ian all the best as well. Obviously we've got a new president of ICAS, and we'll have a new incoming president of the ICAW, Hilary Lindsay, in the next coming days. Ken Hattie takes over as the new ICAS president and replaces another big character in the profession, Jim Pettigrew. So again, wish them all the best. I'm also really pleased to see Vernon Saw appointed as the new COO of the ICAW. Vernon's worked at the ICAW for several years and has been a kind of key player in driving some huge initiatives at the Institute, particularly around alternative business structures, the ramifications of the changes to the legal profession and opening up legal services, and trying to get the ICAW licensed to be able to give out ABS licenses and to offer a broader range of services to its members' clients, including probate. He's also been very involved in the machinations of the disciplinary process for the Institute. He's been a good contact for us really at Accountex, so we wish Vernon all the best. I'll take a breather and move on to Brexit. So obviously that's continued to dominate the headlines this week. The head of the OECD has got weighed in on the debate and presented findings to the LSE, the London School of Economics students in London earlier this week, claiming that if Britain were to leave the EU, British households could be hit with an additional Brexit tax, which could be as much as £5,000 per household by 2020. We've got an article around that on Accountancy Age. Also on the same day we had a really nice piece from Philip Gershuni at Hogan Lovells around similar issues, so please check those out on Accountancy Age. Really delighted that Accountancy Age Jobs, our sister brand, is going to be displaying its wares at Accountex in a couple of weeks' time. That's quite nice for me because I thought I was going to be all on my lonesome at Accountex. I shall be presenting with Mark Lee, talking about how accountancy practices should promote themselves and how to win awards. And obviously I'll be giving a big plug for the British Accountancy Awards, and the process for the British Accountancy Awards starts on 9th of May. So kind of get cracking, thinking about what your practice or your partners and top people have been up to in the past 12 months, and start thinking about putting your entries together. Okay, so during the process of that, the sleet has ended and the sun is shining, which I hope that stays the case for this long bank holiday weekend. You all have a nice break. Callum, do we have any questions I need to broach this week?
No.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll leave you to it. Have a nice lunch. Don't rush back to work, and enjoy your 3 days off. And see you on the other side. Cheers.